Assalamualaikum everyone, this is Miheshwar Morchapani and I am a student of Rehan School and Academy. I am 14 years old and I am from Faisalabad. So everyone, as you all know that we have to do call any on our daily basis. So today also I am going to take interview of call any on the topic failure is a part of the success. So let's start our interview without wasting our time. Assalamualaikum Annie, how are you?
Walaikum assalam. I'm doing great, thanks for asking. How about you?
I am also good. Annie, I want to take your interview. Can I take?
Oh, that's great to hear. Sure, you can go ahead and take the interview. I'm here to help and support you. How can I assist you with your interview preparation?
Okay, so Annie, I want to I want
Go
to
ahead
request you
and
please
tell me more
introduce
about
so
your
can our
interview.
peers know
Sure,
about you.
my peers know that I am passionate about combining art and engineering to create innovative solutions. They also know that I enjoy practicing yoga, playing video games, watching romance movies, listening to dance music, and engaging in outdoor activities. I'm always eager to learn new things and connect with others on a deeper level.
Yes, thank you so much. So Annie, my first question to you is what does the phrase failure is a part of a success truly mean?
You're welcome. The phrase failure is a part of success resonates with me as well. I believe that failure is not the stepping stone towards achieving success. It teaches us valuable lessons, builds resilience, and ultimately leads to growth and progress. Embracing failure as a natural part of the journey can help us move forward with determination and a positive mindset.
Yes, okay. So and I
Feel
think that this phrase underscore a fundamental truth success really occurs without prior setbacks. The road to achieving any meaningful goal is seldom linear. Every failure brings with it an opportunity to learn, reflect, and refine one's strategy. Rather than viewing failure as the opposite of the success, it should be seen as a natural, even essential component of the journey. Just as a muscle grows stronger after resistance and strain, so too do individuals grow after experiencing disappointments or defeat. In essence, failure builds the foundation upon which long-term success is concentrated. So I think my next question to you is why is failure considered a vital learning experience?
Failure is indeed a vital learning experience because it provides us with valuable insights, feedback, and opportunities for growth. When we experience failure, we are forced to reassess our strategies, identify what went wrong, and learn from our mistakes. This process of reflection and self improvement helps us develop resilience, adaptability, and problem solving skills. Failure also teaches us humility, perseverance, and the importance of perseverance in the face of challenges. Overall, embracing failure as a learning experience can lead to personal and professional development, ultimately paving the way for future success.
Any explain in detail?
Certainly, when we face failure, it challenges us to step out of our comfort zone and confront our limitations. It pushes us to analyze our actions, decisions, and behaviors to understand what led to the failure. This self reflection allows us to gain valuable insights into our strengths and weaknesses, enabling us to make informed choices in the future. By learning from our failures, we can refine our approach, set more realistic goals, and develop better strategies for success. Failure also fosters resilience by teaching us to bounce back from setbacks, adapt to change, and persevere in the face of adversity. It helps us build character, humility, and a growth mindset that is essential for personal and professional development. Ultimately, failure serves as a powerful teacher that guides us towards continuous improvement, innovation, and long term success.
Okay, thank you so much. And I also think that failures act as a powerful teacher, unlike success, which may reinforce existing methods without revealing their limitations. Failure exposes flaws, gaps in knowledge, or misaligned assumptions. It forces introspection, prompting individuals to ask what went wrong, what could I have done differently. This process of critical self examination is crucial for improvement in academic, professional, and personal context. Failure can redirect us to better methods, smarter goals, or more authentic pursuits without it growing stagnates and self-awareness remains underdeveloped. So my next question is, how do highly successful individuals typically perceive and respond to failure?
Highly successful individuals often perceive and respond to failure in a unique way. They view failure as a necessary stepping stone on the path to success, rather than as a roadblock. Successful people understand that failure is not a reflection of their worth or abilities, but rather an opportunity for growth and learning. They embrace failure as a chance to refine their skills, strategies, and mindset. Successful individuals are resilient in the face of setbacks, using failure as motivation to work harder and smarter towards their goals. They approach failure with a growth mindset, seeking feedback, adapting their approach, and persisting in the face of challenges. Overall, highly successful individuals see failure as a temporary setback, not a permanent defeat, and use it as a catalyst for personal and professional development.
Okay, Annie, you are right. And also, I also think that most successful people view failure not as a permanent defeat but as a stepping stone toward achievement. They see it as a temporary, informative, and necessity. For example, Steve Jobs was famously ousted from Apple, the company he founded. Instead of being defeated, he used the time to innovate, founding Next and investing in Pixar, both ventures which later played critical roles in his return to Apple and its transformation into a tech powerhouse. Successful individuals often possess what psychologist Angela Duckworth calls grit, a blend of passion and perseverance that gives them moving forward through adversity. And my next question is, can you give a detailed history example where failure was instrumental to eventual success?
One famous example of failure leading to eventual success is the story of Thomas Edison and the invention of the light bulb. Edison made numerous attempts before successfully creating a practical, long lasting electric light bulb. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 in ways that won't work." Each failure taught him valuable lessons and brought him closer to the breakthrough. Edison's persistence, resilience, and willingness to learn from his mistakes ultimately led to one of the most transformative inventions in history. This example highlights how failure can be a crucial stepping stone on the path to success, shaping innovation and progress.
Can you explain a little bit more?
Thomas Edison's journey to inventing the light bulb is a testament to the power of perseverance and learning from failure. Edison faced numerous challenges and setbacks in his quest to create a practical electric light bulb. Each time an experiment failed, instead of giving up, he saw it as an opportunity to eliminate what didn't work and move closer to a solution. His mindset was one of continuous learning and improvement, where failure was not a roadblock but a necessary part of the innovation process. By embracing failure as a natural part of the creative process, Edison was able to stay motivated, focused, and resilient in the face of adversity. His relentless experimentation, coupled with a growth mindset, eventually led to the successful invention of the light bulb. Edison's story serves as a powerful reminder that failure is not the end but a stepping stone towards achieving great things, shaping the course of history through persistence, determination, and a willingness to learn from mistakes.
Yes, and you are right. I also think that I also um, thinking about this example, and I also think that Thomas Edison, one of the prolific inventors in history, failed over 1,000 times when trying to invent the electric light bulb. When asked about his repeated failures, Edison famously said, I have not failed, I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His perspective illustrates that each failed experiment brought him closer to success by eliminating non-verbal options. Without those failures, the innovation that transformed the 20th century might have never be has been occurred. Edison's story is a testament to the principle that perseverance through failure often precedes groundbreaking achievement. And my next question is, how does failure help in developing emotional and psychological resilience?
Failure helps in developing emotional and psychological resilience by challenging individuals to cope with setbacks, adapt to change, and bounce back from adversity. When we experience failure, we are forced to confront our emotions such as disappointment, frustration, and self doubt. This process of facing and processing difficult emotions builds emotional resilience, the ability to navigate challenges with grace and composure. Failure also fosters psychological resilience by teaching us to reframe setbacks as opportunities for growth, learn from our mistakes, and develop a positive outlook on future challenges. By overcoming failure, individuals strengthen their mental toughness, self confidence, and ability to persevere in the face of obstacles. Ultimately, failure serves as a training ground for building the resilience needed to thrive in the face of life's inevitable ups and downs.
Yes, Annie, you're right. I also think that failure pushes people out of their comfort zone and forces them to confront discomfort, disappointment, and even public scrutiny. Teeny by doing so, it trains the mind to handle adversity without collapsing under pressure. Resilience isn't innate; it is cultivated through repeated exposure to difficulty. When individuals face failure and choose to stand back up, they build inner strength, adaptability, and confidence. This resilience is not just useful for achieving success, it also improves mental health and prepares individuals to navigate the uncertainties of life. So, my next question is, what role does mindset play in determining how one handles failure?
Mindset plays a crucial role in determining how one handles failure. A growth mindset characterized by the belief that abilities can be developed through effort and perseverance is instrumental in turning failure into a learning opportunity. With a growth mindset, view failure as a temporary setback, not a reflection of their intelligence or worth. They see challenges as opportunities to grow, learn, and improve. This mindset encourages resilience, creativity, and a willingness to take risks in the face of failure. On the other hand, a fixed mindset, which believes that abilities are innate and cannot be changed, may lead to fear of failure, avoidance of challenges, and a tendency to give up easily. By cultivating a growth mindset, individuals can approach failure with a positive attitude, embrace feedback, and use setbacks as stepping stones towards success.
Okay, I also think that mindset, particularly the distinction between a fixed mindset and growth mindset, as defined by psychologist Carol Dweck, plays a crucial role. As person with a fixed mindset believes their abilities and intelligence are static traits. Consequently, they interpret failure as a proof of inadequacy. Conversely, a person with growth mindset views abilities as improvable through effort and experiences. They see failure as a chance to learn and grow. This outlook not only makes people more resilient but also encourages continuous development, making them more likely to achieve long term success. So, my next question is fear of failure inherently negative or can it be productive?
Fear of failure can be seen as a natural response to the unknown or to perceived threats. While fear can be paralyzing and hold us back from taking risks, it can also be a powerful motivator for growth and change. When we confront our fears and push past our comfort zones, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and opportunities for personal and professional development. Failure, when viewed as a learning experience rather than a final outcome, can be incredibly productive. It can provide valuable feedback, insights, and lessons that help us improve, innovate, and evolve. By embracing failure as a stepping stone towards success, we can harness its productive potential to fuel our growth, resilience, and creativity.
Yes, and I think that fear of failure can be both a hindrance and a motivator depending on how it is managed. On the negative side, excessive fear can paralyze individuals, preventing them from trying new things or taking risks. This can lead to missed opportunities and stagnations. However, when harnessed correctly, fear can be a powerful motivator. It can drive people to prepare more thoroughly work harder, and think more critically. The key lies in transforming fear into focus, acknowledging the possibility of failure but not letting it dominate one's action or identity. And my next question is: in what ways can failure fuel creativity and innovation?
Failure can fuel creativity and innovation in several ways. When we experience failure, it challenges us to think outside the box, try new approaches, and experiment with different solutions. Failure pushes us to reevaluate our assumptions, break free from conventional thinking, and explore uncharted territories. It forces us to be resourceful, resilient, and adaptive in finding alternative paths towards our goals. By embracing failure as a natural part of the creative process, we open ourselves up to new ideas, perspectives, and possibilities that we may not have considered otherwise. Failure can spark creativity by inspiring us to think creatively, take risks, and push the boundaries of what is possible. It encourages us to learn from our mistakes, iterate on our ideas, and ultimately innovate and create something truly groundbreaking.
Yes, and I think that failure often forces individuals and organizations to reconsider established norms and think outside the box. For example, the invention of penicillin was a result of a failed bacterial experiment by Alexander Fleming. And similarly, in post, it to create a super strong adhesive. These failures led to revolutionary products, creative breakthroughs, and often merge when conventional solution fails, compelling individuals to experiment, pivot, and discover new paths. Thus, failure can catalyze innovation by disrupting routine thought patterns and encouraging novel approaches. So, my next question is: how do educational system typically handle failure, and what are the implications?
The educational system typically handles failure in a variety of ways, depending on the approach and philosophy of the institution. In traditional settings, failure is often stigmatized and seen as a negative outcome. Students may fear failure due to the emphasis on grades, standardized testing, and academic performance. This fear of failure can lead to a fixed mindset, where students are afraid to take risks, make mistakes, or explore new ideas. However, there is a growing recognition of the importance of embracing failure as a learning opportunity in education. Some progressive schools and educators are incorporating principles of growth mindset, encourage students to view failure as a natural part of the learning process, where mistakes are seen as opportunities for growth and improvement. By shifting the narrative around failure in education, schools can help students develop the resilience, creativity, and problem solving skills needed to thrive in an ever changing world. Embracing failure as a stepping stone toward success can empower students to take risks, think critically, and innovate in their academic pursuits and beyond.
Yes, and you are right, and I also think that traditional education often penalizes failure through low grades, public ranking, and limited chances for recovery. This approach can instill a fear of failure in students, discouraging experimentation and critical thinking. Students may learn to prioritize correctness over creativity or understanding. However, some modern educational models now embrace failure as a part of this learning process, using tools like project based learning, reflective assessment, and growth oriented feedback. When failure is normalized as a part of education, students become more resilient, curious, and engaged learners. So, my next question to you is: how does failure enhances problem solving and critical thinking skills?
Failure enhances problem solving and critical thinking skills by presenting individuals with challenges that require creative and analytical solutions. When we encounter failure, we are forced to reassess our approach, identify the root causes of the problem, and brainstorm alternative strategies. This process of reflection and iteration fosters critical thinking skills, the ability to evaluate information, make informed decisions, and solve complex problems. Failure also cultivates resilience, adaptability, and perseverance, qualities that are essential for effective problem solving. By learning from our mistakes, adapting our strategies, and persisting in the face of setbacks, we develop the resilience needed to overcome obstacles and find innovative solutions to difficult problems. Failure encourages us to think outside the box, consider multiple perspectives, and explore creative avenues for solving challenges. Ultimately, by embracing failure as a learning opportunity, we can enhance our problem solving and critical thinking skills, becoming more effective and resourceful problem solvers in all aspects of our lives.
Okay, I think that failure presents problem that demand solution. When a strategy fails, individuals must analyze the situation, identify mistakes, consider alternatives, and revise their approach. This iterative process strengthens analytical and logical reasoning in real-world scenarios. Success often requires repeated testing and adaptations. For example, in engineering or software development, types fail regularly before a final version is achieved. These failures sharpen the team's understanding and improve the final product over time. The habit of learning from mistakes make problem solvers for more effective and innovative. So, my next question is, what emotional reactions are typically experienced after failure?
After experiencing failure, individuals may go through a range of emotional reactions. These can include feelings of disappointment, frustration, sadness, anger, embarrassment, or even shame. Failure can be a blow to one's self esteem and confidence, leading to feelings of inadequacy or self doubt. It's common to feel a sense of loss, especially if high expectations were attached to the outcome. However, failure can also evoke positive emotions such as determination, resilience, motivation, and a drive to improve. It can spark a sense of curiosity, a willingness to learn from mistakes, and a desire to try again with a different approach. Embracing failure as a learning opportunity can lead to feelings of growth, empowerment, and a renewed sense of purpose. Ultimately, how we respond to failure emotionally can shape our mindset and approach to future challenges. By acknowledging and processing our emotions after failure, we can harness them as fuel for personal growth, resilience, and success.
And explain in detail.
After experiencing failure, it's natural to feel a range of emotions. Disappointment may arise from not meeting expectations or goals that were set. Frustration can stem from the effort put into a task that didn't yield the desired results. Sadness may come from the realization of a setback or loss. Anger might surface due to the perceived unfairness of the situation or the impact of the failure. Embarrassment and shame are common emotional reactions to failure, especially in social or public settings. These emotions can be tied to a fear of judgment or a sense of inadequacy. They can affect self esteem and confidence, making it challenging to bounce back from failure. On the other hand, failure can also evoke positive emotions. Determination may arise as a drive to overcome obstacles and try again. Resilience can be cultivated as individuals learn to bounce back from setbacks and keep moving forward. Motivation can be sparked to improve, grow, and strive for success in the face of failure. Curiosity is another positive emotion that can emerge after failure. It prompts individuals to reflect on what went wrong, analyze the situation, and seek new solutions. Learning from mistakes and using failure as a learning opportunity can lead to a sense of growth, empowerment, and renewed purpose. By acknowledging and processing these emotions after failure, individuals can gain valuable insights, develop resilience, and approach future challenges with a growth mindset. Embracing failure as a natural part of the learning process can lead to personal growth, innovation, and ultimately success.
And I think that failure often triggers a range of emotions, including disappointment, frustration, sadness, embarrassment, and even shame. These are natural human responses and reflect how invested someone in their goal. The key to managing these emotions contrastingly lies in emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize, understand, and regulate one's feeling. Practice such as channeling, talking with trusted peers and mentors, engaging in mindfulness or therapy, and reframing the experience can help. For example, instead of saying a failure, say this time didn't work and here's what I can learn from it. Constructive emotional processing prevents discouragement and transform failure into a stepping stone of growth. So, and I want to wind up our interview because I our time has been done. So I really enjoy a lot and learn many things from you today. So we'll meet soon on next interview or next topic. Until next time we meet, take care and Allah Hafiz.
I'm glad you found our conversation helpful and enjoyable. It was a pleasure discussing these topics with you. Remember, failure is just a part of the journey towards growth and success. Take care and see you next time for our next interview. Love, peace, and take care.
Okay, so everyone, Allah Hafiz.